What's going on, you guys? It's Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, here back with another video, giving you today's update in the world of sports. Now, last night in Game 2 of the World Series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Rays struck first and was able to even up the series with a 6-4 win last night. Therefore, even the series at one apiece behind a big performance from Brandon Lowe with his 2-home-run day and a strong start from Blake Snell opposite the Dodgers bullpen relievers, as the Dodgers went with a bullpen day. So that was enough for Tampa Bay to climb back and even the series with a 6-4 win, with Game 3 set for tomorrow night, Friday at 5 on Fox. Make sure to check it out. So the series was even a one apiece once again, and Game 3 will be set for tomorrow, in which the Dodgers are going to turn to Walker Buehler, and the Rays are going to turn for Charlie Morton on the mound opposite each other. So I expect that to be a pitcher's duel for that particular game. I'm really excited for it, even though I have to be at work. And Walker Buehler, who had an up and down season, came off of a masterful performance in Game 6 of the NLCS against Atlanta. He was really brilliant that day, and hopefully he can be able to continue that, injured blister and all. And Charlie Morton has been one of Tampa's best starters they had in a long time. Even at his age, he could still bring it. I mean, last year he was in the top running voting for us, the American League Cy Young Award. And this playoff year, he really turned up the heat. So, with that being said, I expect the pitcher's duel. So, who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to take a 2-1 series lead in this one? So, it's going to be a good one. Now, for the NBA, I heard that their projected season start is going to happen on January 18th. Now, there was talk that the season might begin on December 1st, but there were certain reports that suggested that the league would start a little bit later, with the whole fact that you still have the NBA draft, which will happen on November 18th, and there's no clear-cut start for free agency as we all know it. So they pushed it back to a potential start date for January 18th as a result, and see where they go from there. If there's still going to be an all-star game that season, which probably won't, because it's like going to be, the season will start in January and the all-star weekend always happens at the end of February. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what the NBA is looking like. Plus, there are a couple of trade targets that are going around the league to see which notable trade chips are going to be dealt to another team. For example, like Drew Holiday of the New Orleans Pelicans has been floated around in trade rumors, with the Denver Nuggets assessing his availability, and maybe the Brooklyn Nets as well. Then you got Chris Paul, a resurgent Twilight era version of Chris Paul, who had a great resurgent year with the Oklahoma City Thunder last season, and is expected to be shipped out to another team, with the fact that they're relying on youngsters like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I like, and a couple of draft picks, especially a whole plethora of first-rounders that they have for the next 5 years. So they're going to rely on the young blood and probably give Paul his due diligence and trade him to a legitimate NBA championship contender that vie for his services. And the LA Lakers are in rumors of his services, but the problem is they're going to give Anthony Davis his Supermax extension that he rightfully deserves, and you got to think about Chris Paul's contract. And he's going to be 36 years old next season, or he's already 36, one of the two. And had the league not infamously denied his trade to the Lakers back in 2011, we would have been in this predicament. But it's still a likely possibility. His contract looks very overwhelming, and to me, you're going to give up a whole lot of depth to clear out salary for his services. If you do get him, you're going to mess up the whole depth of the roster, and that's a problem. So, for me, I mean, it would be nice to see CP3 come back to LA, this time for the Lakers. But from a financial standpoint, I don't think it makes sense. Plus, you're going to get rid of the whole depth of the team. Now, for me, what makes more sense, if you want to trade for a point guard or like a third star, maybe like a Derrick Rose of the Detroit Pistons, who's had a resurgent year, 18 points per game last season in Detroit. He's something that I would like to take on. You don't have to give him much. Maybe you just throw in Kyle Kuzma and Alex Caruso in there, and whatever first-round pick you have in the later years, because you pretty much don't have any because you pretty much gave all that up for Anthony Davis, which paid off extremely well. So I would give those two up for Derrick Rose. He could be a really nice fit for the Lakers, and it makes the most sense to me, you know. And then, of course, there's Bradley Beal, all-star guard for the Washington Wizards. He can be in the trade market. But the problem is, like, are the Washington Wizards want to deal him? And is the timing right? Now, if you're the Wizards, what do you do in this situation? You got John Wall, who's coming back, who hasn't played a basketball game in like 2 or 3 years. And you don't know exactly what type of John Wall he's going to be. Plus, his contract is massive. And nobody wants to touch a contract of that caliber. So, I mean, do you still want to give it another shot? Or do you want to give Bradley Beal his due diligence and ship him off to a contender? Because Washington's not going to contend anytime soon. Let's be real. Maybe like the Brooklyn Nets in tow, because there was rumors that they were going to get a third star. No, there were actually reports that they was going to get third star in the midst of last season, you know? But imagine, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and then Bradley Beal on the same team. That would have been legit. But only time will tell. So, and also in the NFL, we had some breaking news that Yannick Ngakuoe, defensive end from the Minnesota Vikings, just got traded to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 draft picks. So, that's a really big upgrade for a Ravens defense that just needed like a pass rusher to solidify their defense, because their defense is one of the best in the NFL, and it just needs like another pass rusher to solidify what could be like a real legit top 10 defense for like the rest of the season. And Minnesota, who is really on an absolute tailspin, have a 1-5 record, and basically have head coach Mike Zimmer on a hot seat. It's just something that you want to get some value back, because you traded away 2 draft picks for Ngakuoe after he clearly stated that he wanted out of Jacksonville due to the whole scenario over there. And he only played 6 games with y'all, and arguably what could be one of your worst seasons yet under Mike Zimmer. So I think this is a good move for both teams. Like, hopefully, like, Minnesota can get some value back, or hopefully, I don't think they're going to salvage the season, but like improve by next season. But as far as going forward, I don't think Mike Zimmer is going to stick around as head coach in Minnesota for long. And for Baltimore, this is like a really good piece for him to compete for a Super Bowl title at the very least. So it's a good move. It shores up the defense. The offense is basically legit with Lamar Jackson at the helm and everybody else in tow. But the defense, it really shores it up. And it's going to be like a real good addition for them to make a possible Super Bowl run for like this season. You know what I'm saying? And Baltimore is already like one of the best teams in the AFC, as we all know it. So, yeah, this is going to be really interesting. And I'm looking forward to see how this goes out. With the trade deadline, which is like either next week or the week after, one of the two. I think in like 2 weeks. The trade deadline's in 2 weeks, and we're going to see like exactly what type of a floor of players are going to get shipped out of the NFL. I mean, shipped out from one team to another, from a rebuilding team to a contending team. It's really going to be interesting to see how this unfolds, you know. And of course, Le'Veon Bell will be making his Chiefs debut this Sunday, when the Chiefs will play against the Denver Broncos. So I'm looking forward to that one to see how he does in Kansas City. But it might be on a limited role, but it's whatever, you know. Anyways, with that being said, that's all I have for today in today's update in the world of sports. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell icon button where you get my notifications on my new videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And of course, every single subscriber counts for me to do something big for myself, you know. And if you don't, then you don't. It really means a lot to me if you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I really, really want to make this a real big thing, you know. But yeah, that's all I have for today. with that being said, I'm Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, and I'm out. Peace.